All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, today we are going to be doing the watch party, UFC 294. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything freaking situated right now. UFC 294. Right now, we have Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev, and what it's going to be for sure a very entertaining. We can only hope. This last fight they had, man, the doctor came in and just stopped the fight. Very unfortunate. Johnny Walker versus Ankalaev. Um, yeah, that sucks. But right now we have Kamzat. They're announcing them in the ring. Let's see what this. Let's see what this freaking fight has in store for us today. Make sure you guys leave your predictions down in the comments. Let me know who you guys think, who you guys are rooting for. Whether it's a Kamaru Usman, former champion, and Khamzat Chimaev, one of the freaking, I guess, most hyped up prospects in the UFC currently right now. All right, now they're at the middle of the cage, and Kamzat's already jawing at this dude. All right, so they don't glove touch in the middle. Round one right now is 4 minutes 52 seconds, 4 minutes 51, 4 minutes 50, 4 minutes 49. Ooh, Kamzat goes in for a takedown, and Kamaru Usman is able to defend it really well, and almost got the takedown. Not really. Kamaru Usman on top. Kazmat Chimaev right on top right now. Kamaru Usman's trying to defend against this takedown. Ooh, Kamaru Usman was doing a little bit of a fence grab, but he's fighting really smart. You know, he's headed towards the cage to use that as like this is pretty interesting. Not a takedown yet, but okay, now it's a takedown. Khamzat Chimaev got the takedown. Um, Back shots to the head. That's very interesting. That's really. All right, so Kamaru Usman's still at the bottom, right? Hamza Chimaev with he has his back. Maybe a submission attempt. Right now, Kamaru Usman is still defending. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, if Khamzat beats Usman right here, man, I'll give him some validity, because so far the best person he's fought is 4 inches shorter, Gilbert Burns, in a smaller weight division. But I feel like this is the right weight category for Khamzat Chimaev, in my opinion. So really not much going on right now besides that takedown. But so far nothing's really been going down. Really small shots from Chimaev, but it's nothing really. So right now Khamzat Chimaev is still on top of Kamaru Usman. They're on the floor. If this round ends the way it does right now, obviously Chimaev wins round one. So Chimaev right now is currently going for the submission. We are in 2 minutes 11 seconds into round one, and Kamaru Usman is continuing to take these little small shots to the face, you know, defending uh Hamza Chimaev. And you got to think about it right now. Kamaru Usman has a heavy ass dude on top of his back. Hamza Chimaev right now is going for the submission. Kamaru Usman is currently defending. Okay, now Chimaev has going for the Kamaru Usman. He slammed Hamza Chimaev back into the freaking floor. Almost got submitted. Right now, Khamzat still being a backpack. We got the last minute of round one. Obviously, the more active fighter has been Khamzat Chimaev, so they're probably gonna give it most likely to him. It looks like an 8 to 10 round. Um, Kamaru really not doing much. He's in the defense realm right now. Unfortunately, lackluster round one, but hey, a win's a win, right? So right now the total strikes on the stats, Khamzat Chimaev has 37 and Usman has 2. It's a grappling match with some strikes. I mean, not really a really entertaining round one, but it is what it is. So that will be the end of round one. Khamzat Chimaev obviously takes that round. Usman smiling away. He lost that one. He's gonna have to come back in round two and do something, right? This fight has to be um standing up on his part because Khamzat Chimaev is looking to wrestle this dude. Kamaru Usman did the smart thing. He had Khamzat Chimaev on his back, and he just had to slam him into the freaking mat, because if not, man, he was in real freaking danger on getting submitted there with the rear naked choke. So right now, they're going into round two. Round two, 4 minutes 57, 4 minutes 56, 4 minutes 55. So right now they're on their stand-up game right now. Maybe Khamzat Chimaev knows that he took round one and he's gonna try to experiment a little bit with their striking. He hasn't shot in for a shot. He hasn't feinted to go in for a takedown. So hopefully, right now they are gonna exchange a little bit on some strikes. It's on the open stance. Very dangerous. Okay, now, whenever you're the aggressor in the open stance, you are in a very high risk, high reward, but a very dangerous position. And Khamzat Chimaev is in the open stance, pressuring in the southpaw position, which is a very dangerous position. It's a high risk, high reward um, position, and now he is switching stances a little bit more, switch hitting. Round first minute, really not much going on. It's a lot of hand fighting, a lot of feints, establishing feints. From both fighters, not really much going on. 3 minutes 54, 3 minutes 53, 3 minutes 52. Usman landed a pretty nice jab against Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat comes back with the rear teep, and Usman is able to deflect it away. A lot of hand fighting still, a lot of feints, not really much going on. Usman needs to do something to win this round. So Khamzat Chimaev just landed a decent middle kick to Kamaru Usman. Landed not fully clean, but it landed, and those kicks freaking hurt, man. Yeah, even if they land on your freaking arm or on your bicep, tricep area, those freaking hits freaking hurt. Still a lot of feints. 2 minutes 56, 2 minutes 55, 2 minutes 54. Not really much going on. Uh, Doing a lot of hand fighting still in the open stance. Chimaev lands a little low kick. Not really much like a low kick. It was more like a low teep to Kamaru Usman's thigh. Really didn't do much. Really open stance. I would really like to see freaking Kamaru Usman throw a freaking inside kick. So in my opinion, I think Usman right now, if he tries to get a takedown and he's successful at getting a freaking takedown, I think that he'll even up the fight. But so far, I mean, he's not really doing much in the striking department. Hamza Chimaev, being the taller, longer fighter, is gonna make sure he keeps Kamaru Usman at his distance, which I think that's the game plan for him. I think he is trying to go for the safer win. He's not really trying to take too many risks in there, which is, I think, is a smart decision on his part. He's using his length to keep Kamaru Usman at bay, and he's not really taking too much high chance exchanges. I think he's doing the smart thing right now. Is just trying to cruise his way towards the end of the round, and right now he's on top. Right now he is winning the fight, quote unquote. Chimaev tries to land a head kick, really, really slow leg kick, and Kamaru Usman obviously sees it. Ooh, Kamaru Usman lands a 1-2. He kind of wobbles. Comes at Chimaev. He lands a outside kick against Chimaev. Chimaev is running. He's rubbing his freaking nose. I think that kind of stung a little bit. Usman, I think right now he's winning round 2, but not by much. Right now, Chimaev goes in for a takedown, and he secures a takedown on Usman. Usman needs to work on trying to get back on his feet right now and landing a couple more shots, so he can secure the round 2. But right now, this round is a little bit up in the air because Chimaev just got the takedown in the later parts of the round. 10 seconds left in round 2. Dang. I don't know. This was a little bit up in the air. I feel like Kamaru Usman did obviously the most damage, but those takedowns, they score. I guess it really depends on how you look, on how you people grade MMA. But I think that Kamaru Usman did a little bit more damage against Khamzat Chimaev here in round 2. This round is obviously going to dictate the winner of the fight. Kamaru Usman needs to take down, and he needs to freaking do some damage in round 3. It's up in the air. I feel like round 2 is a little bit, it's a little tough to judge, right? Because Khamzat Chimaev got that takedown in the last couple of seconds of the fight. But I do still believe that Kamaru Usman landed a little bit more of the damage. We're gonna see what adjustments both these fighters make going into round 3. So Khamzat Chimaev is no longer in the open stance. He's fighting conventional now, and he's coming forward a little bit. So I think he's gonna be taking a little bit of risk in the striking department. And Kamaru Usman right now is playing the counter puncher. Kamaru Usman goes for Khamzat Chimaev goes for the takedown, and Kamaru Usman he does a really, really, really good job at defending it. Kamaru Usman lands a jab to the body against Khamzat. A lot of feinting going around, switching freaking directions. Usman landed a freaking long jab against Khamzat Chimaev, barely lands, but it landed. Khamzat Chimaev playing that takedown. He grabs a little bit of the leg of Khamzat Chimaev. Kamaru Usman needs to do something right now, or Khamzat needs to do something right now. Right now is the defining time where you have time to win the fight. If these two guys are going for, ooh, Kamaru Usman lands two body shots. Khamzat Chimaev goes for the takedown, and Kamaru Usman is able to defend and lands a quick hook against Khamzat Chimaev. Lands another jab against Khamzat Chimaev. Another jab against Khamzat Chimaev. So Usman now has defended 7 out of the 10 takedown attempts against Khamzat. And Usman lands another jab, another cross, another jab, a cross against Khamzat, a body shot against Khamzat, a jab against Khamzat. Oh my God. A 1-2 against Khamzat Chimaev, another 1-2 against Khamzat Chimaev. Takedown. Khamzat Chimaev obviously defends that very easily. Khamzat needs to get busy right now. If he's gonna lose this round, if he doesn't start to take a little bit more risk and stop fighting in his back leg, he needs to come forward a little bit and take some more risk. He's the longer fighter. He has the longer limbs. He needs to do something. But I feel like with him doing some of those takedown attempts, it kind of got him a little bit tired, and he goes for another takedown, and Usman is able to defend it again. Okay, Chimaev gets the takedown. 2 minutes left in the final round. Chimaev lands the takedown, but I feel like Kamaru Usman so far has been doing most of the damage into round 3. But Khamzat Chimaev is doing the right thing, right? He did the smart thing and trying to go for the takedown and trying to get some control over what's going on in this fight. Kamaru Usman needs to fight and get this fight back on its feet so he could continue to work, because most of what he was doing in the round 3 was the striking. But again, Khamzat Chimaev is doing the smart thing at trying to get some control over this fight, taking it to the ground. Kamaru Usman needs to fight, needs to get back into his feet. A minute and 30 seconds left into the final round. And not too much damage going on right now from Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, he got the takedown, but there's really not much going on. So right now, Kamaru Usman has about a minute left to get the fight back into the ground, and Khamzat Chimaev is doing everything he can to just make sure that the fight stays on the ground. Kamaru Usman needs to do something right now. Right now is the time for him to explode everything left into round 1. But I think Khamzat Chimaev is just a little bit too big, a little bit too strong for Kamaru Usman to do anything. He has 30 seconds left to get this fight back into the... Oh, and the fight is back on the feet. Kamaru Usman has 20 seconds to work. Khamzat Chimaev, it needs to do something to get control over this fight, because if not, Usman is going to go and run away with this final round. If Usman is able to land a little bit more shots, he lands a cross against Chimaev. He lands a jab against Chimaev. He lands a cross. He lands a jab. He lands a cross. Another cross. Good fight. Good fight. I think Usman won in this last round. I guess it really depends on how you look at the fight and how you grade, but I feel like Usman won the second round. Khamzat Chimaev got that last minute takedown at the end, but I really feel like Usman did a little bit more of the damage in round 2 and more of the damage in round 3. That's just how I see it. Obviously, I give round one to Khamzat Chimaev. That was a pretty dominant first round from Khamzat Chimaev, but I feel like he was playing a little bit too safe in round two and just trying to use his length against Kamaru Usman, and Kamaru Usman did a pretty good job at closing down the distance. Usman was in trouble, for a little bit in round one. Yeah, Usman landed a lot of crosses. He landed a lot of jabs, like heavy jabs, against Chimaev. I have it 2-1 Usman in terms of damage. I have it 2-1 Usman, but I smell robbery if I'm being honest. They're probably gonna give it to Chimaev. So obviously, main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev is next. Ooh, cannot wait for that one. So judges have it 29-27. They had it 29-27 Kamzat. 29-27 for Kamzat. I don't really agree with that. I I mean, congratulations to Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, he put up a good fight. I mean, I like the way he dominated round one, but I really don't agree with the 29-27 if I'm being honest. I think the fight was a little bit closer. I don't think Usman should hang his head low on this fight. To be honest, man, it just proves that he still got it, man. He went against Khamzat Chimaev, one of the most hyped prospects right now in the UFC. But yeah, there's no reason why Usman should hang his head right now, in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, man, man, 294. I feel like the Johnny Walker versus Ankalaev fight, man, it kind of ruined the card a little bit. That doctor, whew, man, that doctor needs to be investigated. I think Johnny Walker was good. You know, I think it was good to go, but I think that kind of that's gonna be. Let's see what they're saying in Twitter, man, because I honestly believe that was a little bit of a robbery. 29-27, bro. Like, I don't know what fight these judges are watching, but I think the fight was a lot closer than 29-27. Yeah, I don't agree with the 29-27, man. I really don't. Right now we have the main event is coming up right now. Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. Obviously, what I'm trying to see from Volkanovski is whether or not I want to see his pace of play. I want to see how his pace of play is going to be in the first couple seconds of the first round. That's probably going to dictate, the rest of the rounds. But obviously, Vote Gang over here, bro. I'm rooting for Alexander Volkanovski. I'm rooting for Alexander Volkanovski to win this fight. But let's see what happens, man. Let's see what freaking happens. People are saying that that Alexander Volkanovski has the cover the cover curse, but we'll see. We will definitely see. The cover curse hit freaking Israel Adesanya pretty hard. I gotta keep it real. So right now the people are going crazy over that doctor. Right now, people are saying that if the Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev fight was for 5 rounds, Usman probably would have won the fight. So right now we got. So yesterday we made a video about Charles Oliveira. He wants to call out Conor McGregor in his next fight. Kind of ironic, man. He was going on about how he doesn't want to really fight for the money and how you know he really just wants to fight for legacy. But then he goes on to say that he wants a money fight against Conor McGregor, which I thought was kind of ironic. So I'm very curious to see, man, where this fight starts, bro. I'm very curious to see where this fight starts. Are we gonna see pretty much a round six, or are we gonna see a new round, round one, versus two fighters that have different dispositions? But if they're going on around the same strategy that they had last fight, it's gonna be around six. If that makes any sense, most of you guys probably is gonna go over your heads with this one, but I really feel like yeah, Volkanovski is probably gonna go to work in this fight. I mean, we can only hope. We can only hope. But if there's anybody that could beat Islam Makhachev in a short notice fight, it's gonna be Alexander Volkanovski. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy if Alexander Volkanovski wins the title and he ends up fighting Charles Oliveira next. That'd be a crazy, crazy fight. Like I think that fight would be a lot more hype than this fight because I feel like people would be split on who to root for because Volkanovski has an interesting relationship with the fans because earlier in his career when he was kind of like the villain fighting against Max Holloway, there was a lot of people that were that would trash Volkanovski, but I feel like Volkanovski did a really good job at winning them over. And obviously, Charles Oliveira has a great storyline. He has a great story. A lot of fans look up to him because of it. But I feel like if Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira were to fight, that'd be an interesting. It'd be interesting to see who the fans are rooting for. I probably think that most fans would pick Charles Oliveira over Volkanovski if that fight were to ever take place, in my opinion. But I'd still be rocking with Volkanovski. That dude's like my favorite fighter. He's such a smart fighter. I love his system. He has a very very smart system. Like the thing about Volkanovski that a lot of freaking channels don't ever freaking talk about is he has a freaking disposition game that's freaking insane, man. Like he'll come at you looking like a kickboxer, like straight up. He'll come at you looking like a kickboxer, lifting that left heel up. He'll come at you looking like a Muay Thai fighter. He'll come at you looking like a wrestler, like a boxer. He has different dispositions. Whenever he starts to implement his plans on you, he's very, very, very good at coming in the inside. Probably one of the best fighters I've ever seen, besides Gokhan Saki, um, that are really, really good at just getting into range to land shots. So right now we're seeing Alexander Volkanovski. He's doing the walkout, same old song that freaking hit. It'd be freaking amazing if Volkanovski just wins this fight in short notice, man. This is what freaking legends are made of. Volkanovski, man, is coming in really, really hyped. It's ironic that he has like a really really Ooh, man, I'm super freaking hyped for this fight. Oh man, I've been looking forward to this fight all freaking week. Dropping video after video after video over this freaking fight, man. Hopefully it does not disappoint. Like I said, man, before this fight even starts, my brain is telling me Makachev because obviously Makachev he has a full freaking training camp, right? But my heart is telling me that Volkanovski, because I just feel like he's the more cerebral fighter. He's a smarter fighter, 100%, no doubt about it. I feel like he is a smarter fighter. But we'll see, we'll see. So right now they got Islam Makachev coming out. Bro, all these Dagestani dudes, they love techno. I guess that's it. That's their shit. One of three born Russian born champions of the UFC. Who's the third one? I know it's Khabib and him, but I'm not even gonna lie, the Rock shoes are freaking ugly as fuck. Yeah, I agree. So right now they're talking about that Islam Makachev's stand up is underrated. I do. I agree to a certain extent. I just feel like he's obviously the significantly taller fighter and he fights from a really weird angle. The one thing that people don't pick up on is that most wrestlers like to stand southpaw, and that just so happens to be where he likes to strike too. So a lot of times, there's a like striker wrestlers in the UFC, and they for the most part fight in conventional, and they'll switch up to southpaw whenever they're looking to get takedowns. But Islam Shamaev, I like takedowns from the southpaw position. Why not? Why not fight from that position as well? Dang, 5'6" versus 5'10". I mean, it's crazy because Alexander Volkanovski is significantly shorter, but he has a longer reach. That dude's built like a freak. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Volkanovski's looking a little soft, but obviously, you know, this fight's on short notice. But he's looking like he's packing a little bit more fat than last fight. Hopefully, he's able to use that, man. Some people don't know that, like, people with a little bit more fat, man, they're able to throw freaking hard, like hard, bro. Obviously, I expect Volkanovski to do a good job at, you know, accelerating and decelerating. He has the shorter legs, the bigger legs. So I expect him to be a little bit better in the accelerating, decelerating department. But we are about to see how he starts off the fight. If he fights fast, if he fights super quick, super fast disposition, man, I think that he's gonna look to end the fight within the first 3 rounds, like he mentioned. But if not, you know, that's probably just a coaching feint, you know, like a game plan feint. But obviously, you know, I think he's well prepared for the full 5 rounds. But yeah, it's like obvious, man. He's bigger. He's freaking Alexander's noticeably fatter than his last fight. Makachev right now is the favorite for obvious reasons. Rocking the gold shorts. And as promised, Khabib Nurmagomedov is not in his corner. He mentioned that previously before the fight started. That Kamza, I mean that Khabib was not going to be there, and he is for sure not there. Mark Goddard's going to be refereeing this fight, and let's go, folks. We are seconds away from round number 1, and Volkanovski's doing the smart thing. He's going for a freaking glove touch to start at the beginning, to start at the center of the ring. That's very smart from Alexander Volkanovski. Some people don't catch that, right? That's very smart. Makhachev inside leg kick very early. That's a very smart strike. A lot of hand fighting right now. Open stance, southpaw versus conventional. A lot of feints being established right now. Islam Makhachev doing a very good job at keeping Volkanovski at bay right now. But of course, we know that Alexander Volkanovski is a master at closing down the distance. Another roundhouse from Islam Makhachev in the open stance. Volkanovski goes for the outside kick on Islam Makhachev and lands. Islam Makhachev lands a rear teep on the torso of Alexander Volkanovski. Right now, the pace is not super high, but it's very moderate. Some more hand fighting, some more range finding. A lot of feints from Islam Makhachev. Very smart. Islam Makhachev goes for a head kick, misses. Islam Makhachev goes for the takedown number 1, but Alexander Volkanovski does a very good job at sprawling, defending the takedown. It goes to the fence. Very big factor in the first fight. As we know, Alexander Volkanovski is going to have to try to keep this fight standing because, in my opinion, Islam Makhachev got the decision over Alexander Volkanovski because he was just able to, you know, keep Volkanovski on the ground and control him on the ground for over 7 minutes compared to Alexander Volkanovski's 3 minutes. But Alexander Volkanovski is statistically landing the more strikes per minute, which is 6 to 3. So Right now, Volkanovski needs to work on just keeping the fight standing up because statistically, that's where he has the advantage, and I would agree also. Right now, they are on the clinch. Makhachev is landing some good knees. Volkanovski doing a good job at pressing. Islam Makhachev against the fence, landing some pretty freaking good knees against Alexander Volkanovski right now. I got to admit, they were on the tight clinch. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first round. Another freaking roundhouse kick by Islam Makhachev. Very, very smart strike. Ooh, cross that lands for Islam Makhachev against Alexander Volkanovski. Oh my God. Islam Makhachev beats Alexander Volkanovski round one with a freaking head kick. Very, very smart strike. Very, very smart strike from the southpaw position. The freaking the kryptonite the kryptonite to every open stance is a good roundhouse kick. Lands a roundhouse kick against Alexander Volkanovski. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, man. We were rooting for Volkanovski to win this fight, man. But man, I really feel like the camp played a huge role. That inside leg kick landed right on the temple of Alexander Volkanovski too, like right on the temple. Obviously, I still feel like Volkanovski probably could have gotten back if he did a better job at defending against that kick. But whenever you get hit in the temple, it just fucks up your equilibrium. Volkanovski wasn't out cold, but he got hit pretty flush. It's crazy whenever you get hit in the temple, like your brain just rattles, and that's what causes the knockdown. It just causes you to lose on balance. But I think that Islam Makhachev, what he did, he fought a really smart fight. He fought a really smart fight. He knew that he was a longer fighter. He knew that he had the longer legs. He had the longer um range in terms of the kicks, and he landed roundhouse inside leg, roundhouse to the torso, and finally ended the fight with the roundhouse to the head. Very good, very smart decisions from Islam Makhachev. I expected him to wrestle a little bit more, but his striking department, is pretty good. I mean, shit. I mean, tough luck, Volkanovski. Hopefully this doesn't affect his mental game. But yeah, very good decision making strikes. Very smart fight on Islam's part. Um, like I said, a lot of wrestlers, they like to fight off their southpaw stance. Um, but with that being said, a lot of wrestlers, they like to strike from their conventional stance and they like to switch it into some takedowns. But Islam Makhachev is a very rare sight that he also likes to strike from the southpaw position. And against a conventional, the shorter fighter, Alexander Volkanovski, he did the smart thing at throwing some inside kicks while having the range and landing some crosses, all right, like in the open stance, which is something that a lot of people don't really talk about or mention for some reason. Um, but yeah, Islam Makhachev, a lot of great decision making, a lot of smart decision making. I think that they might even be doing a rare sight at film study because most fighters do not film study at all. I think that some of his cleanest strikes were crosses and roundhouse kicks that all start, from a loaded position. Exactly. Yeah, he's mentioning right now he started off with some low kicks and he ended up with the high kick, and that's how he got the knockout. Shit, dare to be great, man. Dare to be great. Alexander Volkanovski took the risk at trying to get this fight done, and it didn't go his way. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream. Are you guys happy that Islam Makhachev won the fight? Are you guys disappointed that Volkanovski lost the fight? Obviously, I'm kind of disappointed that Volkanovski, lost the way that he did in round one. But I gotta give it to Islam Makhachev, man. He made a lot of great decisions. But anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and upload some videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream. I will see you guys later. Peace out.